Between therapy and writing this book, it's been quite the season of looking back. But especially as I've taken a little bit of time the last week, I really wanted to start to look forward. Especially in this season, I think I've given a lot of thought to the future of my business life, but I think I'm starting to think about my personal life. I mean, the times that we're living in right now, a little uncertain. Understatement, but I can't focus on what I can't control. And one of the things that's really helped a lot is thinking in terms of like, well, what can I more or less control? Physical fitness, really good for my future. Hopefully turning into like a wiry, strong old man with a good constitution. But also it really helps me day to day, like emotionally, just to feel better, not only about myself, but like physically, physiologically. I'm gonna be very awake after this. Also, I've done more of these twists than I meant to. Another arena that's been a bit of a surprise for me has been skincare. And if you've been following for a long time, you know that I'm like not particularly comfortable with the idea, maybe of taking care of myself, but also stuff like lotion for girls. But even though I don't know if I've noticed a difference, you can tell me if you think I look more radiant than I ever have before. Of course, just the simple ritual of putting stuff on my skin to take care of myself has made me feel better about myself. So I'll give you a little bit of an update on the skincare routine here. I do have a little bit of an announcement to make at the end of this video. It's kind of like a non-announcement. It's a pseudo announcement. There's a lot of big stuff, some interesting stuff. Stick around. There's also a restaurant that my patrons voted for. So, there's a lot going on in this video. But before we get there, I gotta go cream. I can't see myself because the mirrors. What I used to do is just put them on my finger and split it out. But like now I realize I can just kind of go like that. And that works, right? This is the serum, which I guess goes like, is the deep moisturizing. And I know I should just be doing it like this and like this. But if you've noticed, even like when I was on the rowing machine a while back, sometimes when you're filming, you just default to like whatever bad behavior you had before. It just feels nice to kind of rub your face. Then I have the contour. This is the same one that I got when I first started doing this, like 6 months ago or something like that. And it's still going because you only ever use a tiny little drop and you go like, doop, 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 around the eyes, and then just give a little bit of a bleh. Theoretically, that'll tighten the skin and keep me from having bags under my eyes and make me look, I don't know, whatever the opposite of a cactus is, I suppose. This is the one that's changed, the Roche-Posay for my moisturizer. The Roche-Posay is also what I use for sunscreen. This stuff is amazing. The coverage you get on this, especially when you got a whole dome to cover, is super good. I've never gotten sunburned while using it. I've never gotten through an entire thing of this before it's quote unquote expired, because I've been told you should buy a new one every year to make sure that you get the proper protection. Also, you might hear some construction noises on the other side of the wall because it's that time of year. Life in the city. That looks so stupid. It looks like I've got filament from the 3D printer on my forehead right now. I've talked a lot about doing what I can to clean up my corner of the world recently because I feel like that's just a way of making sure to feel like I've got a little bit of, purpose in life, I guess, but also to drive home that question of like, well, what am I spending my time doing? Where am I investing? Is it something that's going to last? That's kind of an outward focused thing though. I think the inward focused thing is really important right now. And I've been thinking about it a lot because I spent the last week very aware that I was on the verge of burning out to the point that my therapist raised a red, she literally said, I'm raising a red flag. So that's a big part of the reason that I took a little bit over a week off of vlogging. I slowed things down. I kind of have reassessed, and it's difficult because it's not a big reassessment in terms of like, oh, I have to make some changes because I'm burning out because I'm having fun. Everything that we're working on right now is actually super cool. I'm having a really good time with my friends and my team, and I'm really excited to share everything that's going on. And obviously, you know about the book that's coming together. There's other stuff. It's a really fun time. There's one other thing I'm using. I have not been using the mask very often. I still don't really know what I'm doing with that. Who has time to cover their face in goo and leave it there for 15 minutes? But this like scrub, it's not only nice just to put on my face once a week, which I do, but occasionally I do it twice a week because when I shave my head, I use this skull shaver. It's like the Pitbull, the Pitbull Gold, which works really, really well, but it'll leave like kind of a film of micro hairs, little shavings on the outside, which you have to scrape off. If I use the scrub, it comes off with ease, which is really, really nice. So I do use this regularly and it smells great. And to finish things off, of course, we have Duke from the Harlem Perfume Company. You have to trust me when I say I smell great right now.
You want to come here? Oh, well, thank you. I was literally just thinking about how, like, I don't really have a personal life. Okay, thank you. I alluded to that earlier. It's a funny thing to say out loud. Let me explain. The reality is that I'm kind of a workaholic. Not intentionally, it just has happened. And I've monetized my life. And I mean, look at us right now. I'm sharing a little bit of Cooper snuggle time with you because it's really cute. And he is so snuggly right now. Why are you so snuggly? What's going on with you, man? And so as I'm, contemplating this very positive burnout, because it's a new kind of burnout for me. I've definitely gone through burnout before. I recognized the signs. I knew that's what was going on. But it's really hard to stop because I'm really having fun. And maybe the cure is having a little bit more of a personal life. But what does that even mean? So I went on a little day trip to get some Space Invaders the other day because, just keep that for myself, that kind of a thing. And it was very nice and very rejuvenating. It's just hard because all the things that I like to do, I love to share, and so it's very weird to do them without sharing them. But I have been feeling a little bit coincé, as we say in French, a little bit hemmed in my tiny little life here. And so as I think to the future, I've been thinking in terms of how do I build bigger with my projects, with my plans, with sharing this with you. I love sharing what I'm doing. I love this. Like, this is such a great thing to be able to share with you. But how do I also build some space into my life, something personal? And even if I'm not moving out anytime soon, I know somebody who is moving. Jess is getting the keys to her new apartment today, which is very exciting. So we're gonna go get those with her, and then we're gonna go celebrate at a restaurant that my patrons voted for. I had no idea that's what they were voting for, essentially, but that's what we're gonna do. Tied to the non-announcement that I was thinking about making earlier in the video. So if you'd like to know what that is, let's go check out her new apartment, go to dinner, and we'll tell you what we're thinking. Huh, Mr. Snuggles? I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to break the snuggly time, but we gotta go. Cooper! A symphony of joy. Thanks to today's patron producers, Chris and Monique, for sending me out. We're gonna see how this restaurant is here in a second. I don't know what you guys voted for, but hello! Congratulations. Oh, let's see the new place. Whoa! First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to take you to dinner to celebrate, and we'll be sure to follow up with the progress. The question that I had was, do we want to kind of make a non-announcement about the other thing that's kind of the motivation that's happening here in the story that you might want to tell about that in the future, or do we save that for later?
Maybe we'll save it for later.
Okay, well,
Just a life project.
Teaser. All right, we're going to this spot my patrons voted for. We'll let you know if we liked it when we're done, and if we did, where it was, and if not, I'll have to go be a patron, I guess, to figure it out. So we went to Le Reflet, which is what my patrons voted for. It's a restaurant in the 3rd, so the Haute Marais, with a concentration on hiring people who have Down syndrome. It was very nice. If you happen to be in the neighborhood and you want to give it a try, we had a great meal. I think the lamb was my favorite part of the whole thing. If there were more biscuits with the lemon dessert, that would have been killer. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah?
I thought the food was nice.
The thing that we were kind of hinting at that might be getting back into, trying to figure out, is the podcasting. If you were a fan of my podcast back in the day, we have plans, we have thoughts, there are things for the future. We'll figure out how that works. But so I don't want to share too much, but as I'm thinking towards the future, like I said, that's really top of mind. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sending me out, patrons, and I'll see you bright and early one of these, next week. One last surprise for anyone who's still watching. This also, I was hoping this would come by today. I wasn't really sure if it would. Please. I had no idea what they were sending me. It's another print sample. I think all lights are go. All lights are go. You get it. I gotta sleep. I'll see.